Chris Green, who's a food and hospitality industry expert. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. How are you, Ian?
Good. Did you like that little story?
Yes.
Good. Now, food brings harmony is what I have here. That we can, on Harmony Day, we can bring people together through food. True?
Absolutely true. There is one thing that we all have in common around the world, and that is food and the need for oxygen.
Yes.
After that,
true.
we enjoy sport and music,
Yes.
but absolutely everybody on the planet has this one cultural glue that keeps us together, and we all follow the same tradition. We come together to dine and to share food. There's no way to avoid it. Like even before we were civilised times, huddling around the fire, it was around food and survival. So it's a very powerful thing in all of our cultures.
Right.
I've even noticed that the New South Wales Premier is having a Harmony dinner tonight. It's actually a sit-down cultural dinner to announce those that have been inducted into the Multicultural Honour Roll. So I'd love to know what's on the menu there to see if it has a lot of diversity to it.
I'm sure it would.
These leaders are actually sitting down around a meal.
Fantastic.
Part of the function.
Fantastic. So it's an opportunity for us to use food to bring people together, and to recognise our diversity without and get rid of condemnation of other cultures.
You know, people who even don't respect other cultures, they will eat sushi. So, you know, you can't be racist in this world because you're going to support another race simply by eating the food that they have. And it really does tear down barriers there. I've been reading an interesting report from Intermedia, and it's a 2017 survey of food cuisines and how they've been trending. And the one that's had the most interesting growth in international cuisines is Japanese and Korean food in the Australian market. It's had a 1.8 increase.
Really?
In its preference. So, I mean, this is pretty obvious. The second top food in the country that is enjoyed, that isn't considered a fast food, but restaurant-wise, is Italian. The fourth top one is Chinese. And then it goes down Thai, Indian, Vietnamese, Japanese and Korean. And they've moved certain sectors, you know, up and down the radar, but Japanese and Korean has had a 1% increase. Even Mexican is sitting at 53.1% on the Australian market.
Once upon a
Guess
time...
what's the bottom three?
What?
Guess what the bottom three are? KFC, Hungry Jack's and Domino's Pizza. Underneath Spanish, Lebanese and French. So they didn't expect
My goodness.
below them.
Well, you remember years ago, of course, the multiculturalism here, we used to be Chinese food and that was it. You went to the Chinese restaurant or nothing else. But how it's changed.
Always get a headache from the MSG.
Yes. Well, if they had MSG, but anyway, but many of, but we've changed so much over the years, haven't we?
It's incredible. Being involved in the food industry, and we do get approached by a lot of clients in the business that we have. So we're opening for our clients 1 and 5 restaurants per week. And at any given time, we will have not just your traditional Australian cuisine on there or mixed cuisine. It is usually an Asian style restaurant, guaranteed to be an Italian one in there somewhere. And there's just a real swing towards embracing the strength of the flavours. Now, Australian food as we know it, the old steak and 3 veg, pretty boring. We've become more sophisticated in our palates, and we're looking for those herbs and spices and the magic of a great Greek stew that's been made. Aged care facilities, they're now starting to swing towards, they're changing their kitchens so they can swing towards different cuisines because the ageing population is also multicultural.
Yes.
So kitchens everywhere are having to diversify so that they can feed the people things that they're more accustomed to. And it's an interesting thing to watch, and it's actually happening faster than we realise. But even food festivals, you've got the Sydney Italian Wine Festival.
Yes.
Italian Wine Festival.
Yep.
Who doesn't want to go to that?
Yep.
The NUSA, International Food and Wine Festival, has become massive. They actually have chefs come from around the world to compete and to cook for the local community. And they have another thing called the Long Lunch, and it's actually sponsored by a German car company, Audi. Go figure. A German car company has actually realised that throwing money to an international food festival is good marketing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you'd have to have sauerkraut there, wouldn't you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that.
Aren't you? Oh, look, we've got a German school up near us, and at Christmas time, they have a really great Christmas celebration, and they serve what's the German sausage called with sauerkraut. And
I've got to have the sausage.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, and they also have mulled wine, and it's just fantastic. And
you see, isn't that way more sophisticated and exciting for us to eat than straight out steak and true veg or just a meat pie? And don't get me wrong, I love my meat pie.
Yeah, so I was about to say, don't take all those away. Just leave them there as part of the mix. We've got to keep those.
Indian curries. The old Madras curry powder that Grandma used to have in the cupboard.
Yep.
What was King's curry? That's what it was called.
That's right. Yeah,
well,
King's curry.
Yeah. Well, now there's Facebook pages dedicated to sourcing and researching spices from multicultural spices that your average housewife now wants to use in her cooking.
Fantastic. Excellent. It is exciting, isn't it? We're very fortunate to live at the moment.
The commercial side of the international food movement is massive. There's big dollars in it. There's a lot of industry expos and trade shows globally that are just dedicated to food. Yep. There's one coming up in Melbourne. They have it every 2 years, cycling back. So if anyone's in Melbourne in September, it's called Fine Food. It takes up a number of the convention centre halls, and there's rows and rows and rows of sections just put away for the international representation of catering equipment and food, so for the manufacturers and importers. And they call that section or that hall Flavours of the World. So some of the countries that are actually already booked to go in there and represent food from around the world is Austria, Germany, Turkey, Philippines, China, Italy, Spain, Thailand. They're all there.
Yes, yep.
And you can sample foods from all of those. And that's just the people that are in the food industry. That's not even the general public. And this goes for, I think, 4 or 5 days. It is huge.
Fantastic.
Big money.
Fantastic.
Look, Australians have got on board. We're really good.
Yeah, it's been good talking to you, Chris. And you've opened our eyes somewhat. You have a lovely... Now, before you go, I have to pass you a smile. You see, I have a smile campaign. I've decided that everybody's too serious. And I pass a smile on to everybody I speak with. And I ask them to pass it on to everybody they speak with. And tell those persons to pass it on as well. And if everybody does it, everybody in the world will be smiling. And we won't have arguments or disagreements or wars or anything.
This is true.
How simple is that?
It's fantastic, and what a wonderful concept to be passing around for Harmony Day.
Absolutely.
Break down those barriers and smile, and already you've communicated in a language we all understand.
Exactly.
Well done.
You have a lovely day and keep smiling.